So, husbands and you men in serious long term relationships, welcome to the video. You're in the right place to receive the tools and insights needed to save your marriage and relationship and make it a real success. So, this is for committed husbands and result driven men willing to put the work in to have that successful, fulfilling, connected marriage with your woman again. And for some of you men, building for your businesses, building for your future has taken full priority and overshadowed your marriage to a point your marriage is really suffering right now. And for others, this might be you. You're a hardworking man who wants to have a thriving marriage and future together, yet your marriage has really been struggling too. Now, if you identify with any of the men I just described, this is life changing. So spend the next 30 minutes watching this video, or you can put your headphones on and listen to it via audio, but there will be things on the screen that will be greatly beneficial to you. And the fact that you've clicked this video is because things aren't going well for you right now, and your marriage isn't where you'd like it to be, and your wife feels the same. So perhaps grab a drink, grab a coffee, because we're going to be talking about things that need to change and shift in order for you to have that happy and successful marriage. So going from where things are right now in your marriage, being in that difficult situation, both disconnected, there's tension at home and frustration, and your marriage just isn't how it used to be when you first got together, right? And your wife feels the same. And you are both going like this instead of being united as a team. And for many of you men, you are here because your wife has expressed to you that things really need to change. And also why you're here is because you want your woman to be re-engaged back into your marriage again and to be re-engaged with you again. And as a man, you want to be appreciated, you want to be valued, and you want to be respected by your woman. And you want that thriving intimacy again back into your relationship and marriage, having that sexual connection and active and exciting sex life together. And you want to have that support in your woman again, where you are both enjoying your lives together, building together, and creating that future together. And if we think about it, one of the most incredible things in life is to have that deep, close relationship and bond with your woman, right? That happiness and enjoying life's moments together, truly enjoying each other's company with your woman who supports you, your best friend and lover. And in the grand scheme of things, this is one of the life's greatest gifts is to have that. And if you remember when you were first dating each other and spending time together, there was no better feeling in the world. And that's what I want for you again. And having the right insights, tools, and support is what would give you the successful marriage you want. Even if you feel like you've tried multiple ways, no matter what they are, if we're honest, they haven't worked. Because if they did, you wouldn't be here right now watching this video. And that's why this is specifically for you. Because what I show you and teach works. And the reason that I can make this claim that what I teach works is because of the results of my clients. I've taken marriages and relationships from separation, heading to divorce, as well as my own personal relationship from separation to incredible, successful marriages and relationships today. And I do that by teaching you everything you need, which you are missing right now, which is holding you back from creating a success for your marriage. And as a men's results and marriage coach, I get you actual results, which is saving and rebuilding your marriage. So this is all about getting you the results that you truly want. So the best way for me to illustrate this is that I give you the tools and support to build the much needed bridge for you both to have a successful relationship and successful marriage. Because at the moment you are over here and your wife is over here, and my coaching creates that bridge that is needed to bring you both together again. And the bridge that I help you build not just helps you get closer to your wife again, but we build it in such a way that your wife willingly actually wants to cross that bridge to you and re-engage back into your marriage again. And that is where the magic happens, because with the right changes and approaches, your wife will actually willingly want to re-engage back into the marriage with you. And if we look at this picture here, perhaps what you're going through right now, it doesn't have to be like this. Or how things are currently are for you both will stay like this. And before we go through this training, I need to be very real with you right now, because it's my duty and because I want you to succeed. So for some of you men, you realize how bad your situation is, and you realize that drastic change needs to happen immediately. But for the rest of you men watching this and listening to this, you must realize that if you continue on the same path for the next couple of weeks or months, things will either end in separation or divorce, or you both will remain extremely unhappy, right? And your wife and you will be miserable when it doesn't have to be like this. And I can resonate with you because I've been through the same situation that you're going through. I've had my relationship, I've taken it from separation to where we are today. And also, if I haven't been through it exactly to your situation personally, I've helped countless men in your situation to save and rebuild a marriage. And on the screen here, it says it doesn't have to be complicated or feel impossible to have the marriage that you want. Right. So, speaking about my own relationship, I have one of the most incredible relationships on the planet, and my other half would say the same. And that's what I want for you is to get to a point, despite where things are for you currently, to get to a point where your own woman says that she is in an incredible relationship and marriage with you. But it hasn't always been like this. So we've been together for around 7 years, but 1 to 2 of those years were very, very difficult. We were in-house separation. So I was living downstairs and Paulina was living upstairs. And it got to the point where we either separate and we go our own ways, or we stay together and make it work. So as you can imagine, the levels of difficulties we're experiencing, and I imagine it's what you're facing right now, and very, very similar. And I'm telling you this because I know what it's like to be in your position, but I also know what it's like to be on the flip side, which is actually to transform your whole relationship from where it is right now to having an incredible bond again with my woman. So, how did I do it? Well, it's exactly what I teach in my program, and have helped many, many husbands and men in serious relationships get the exact same results as myself with my proven marriage saving methods. So here are some of the transformations and results that my clients are getting inside my coaching by implementing what I just spoke about there, my marriage restoration tools. And so when you look at the screen, these are some of the results of clients who are working with me that they're receiving. And I'm sharing this with you because what I said earlier is true. What I teach works, and my support creates these transformations. So the testimonial here at the bottom left, we'll have a look at this one together. This husband was heading towards divorce, right? And the papers were coming soon from his wife. And they had many unresolved issues that perhaps you can relate to, that caused them to almost divorce and split. We worked on gaining control of his emotions, rebuilding trust and attraction back into his marriage, and finally overcoming the unresolved conflict that had been going on for years. And it transformed completely his marriage. And now they're officially back together again, as you can see in that message, right? And rebuilding from this new space that we created together. And as you can see in his message, he says that he has a control of his emotions now, and how he always wanted to show up as a man and as a husband for his marriage. And you can see there at the end there, which always brings a smile to my face. He says, "My wife and I are officially seeing each other again, but she has admitted it's actually much more than that." Right. So really taking relationships and marriages at that separation and heading to divorce, to his wife actually saying that it's much more, than officially being together again. So a total incredible transformation there. And another client there on the second one there at the bottom, they were also heading towards separation. And when we were speaking, received this message, and he said, "We're officially now married again. We celebrate our 2-year wedding anniversary tomorrow." And I'm sharing these with you because this is what I want for you too. And the third transformation here, this was an incredible one with a client that I'm working with. But when he first started working with me, there was no intimacy or touch, and little to no affection. Right, but as you can read in this message now, it says that she calls and texts him all day long and nights. Right, so they are emotionally, well, she is emotionally, and he is connected again. And for your woman to be emotionally connected to you again, this is the game changer, right? And if we read the result there, it says that we've been getting along great, and she calls and texts him all day long. And she kissed him Monday, which is fantastic because going from when he first started working with me, there was zero intimacy, zero touch, absolutely nothing. And it says there that they're taking things slow, and which I helped him with as well. And now she tells me every day that she misses me, right? And it says, if I'm trying to read it, but it's super small on my screen. But it says there that he's now making special dates for his woman again, and they haven't fought or argued in weeks. So these are some of the types of transformations that my clients are receiving. And as I mentioned earlier, this could be you. And what would that mean for you if your wife told you that she truly loved you again, right? She wanted to rebuild with you again. And you can pause now and look at the screen and look at the other testimonials. And just a last one to conclude, this last testimonial on the screen, he went from in-house separation to being back in the bedroom with his wife again. So, you may relate to some of these situations right now. And these are the transformations, that have been created. And if you just put yourself in their shoes for a second, how would that feel to you to get that result, in your marriage and your relationship? And all of these husbands realize this, that the reason they were in their situation is because they either didn't know what to do or what to change, or they were struggling to take action and stay consistent. And having a successful marriage is actually a skill set that you can learn. So the transformations of my clients you just saw there, it's what is possible for you if you too decide to create the change in your current situation by learning what to do, as I just mentioned there. And with that needed a new understanding, you take the right action consistently. So the exact skills needed is what I teach you. So what is that skill set, and where has it all gone wrong for you? You watching this video right now. Well, it's exactly where most husbands go wrong. And I'm going to share some of these with you. And this is where most husbands go wrong. And you may relate to, multiple of these. So it's not understanding how a woman, a wife, actually thinks and operates on a deeper level at a woman's core. So that's from emotionally to mentally to physically. So all of these are interlinked there. Not knowing how to fix the problems and the core problems in your marriage, which then results in you avoiding the problems instead of being able to actually work through and overcome the problems together. Failure to prioritize the relationship in key areas for you to have that thriving and successful marriage. Missing that full emotional understanding, or not knowing how to connect with your wife on that emotional level needed for her to reconnect with you again. So there's some there. And these ones here were also where husbands go wrong, is man communication versus husband communication. What I mean by that is learning or being able to communicate effectively and healthily with your woman so you both can understand each other and grow together. So the communication is very different from man to man compared to husband to wife, man to woman. Another one is difficulty in handling and solving conflict, not showing up for yourself to the levels needed. So this is what I personally went through in my relationship. So I know what it's like to be here right now. So not showing up for yourself to the levels needed and struggling to show up in the relationship as it carries through. And this doesn't get spoken about enough, but are you showing up for yourself as a man on that human level? Another one where husbands, go wrong is, this is a big one, is ego taking over to the point it blocks you from making the needed changes. Right? We've all been there, for my own situation, and many of the husbands that I work with, initially ego can, become can step in the way, and it prevents you from actually taking action and learning what you need to learn. And without having that information or making those changes, your marriage will continue and your relationship will continue to struggle. So ego taking over to the point there where it blocks you from making the needed changes. So put the success of your marriage above your ego. Another one is struggling sustaining romance in everyday married life, or doing certain actions or approaches that actually push your woman away and close the door on that intimacy in your marriage. So those are amongst those are the areas amongst many more that I teach within my program. And as you can see there, they're absolutely vital and necessary to transform your marriage, like my clients have. And that's what I teach, all of these elements inside my program. So, who is this for? Well, it's for the husbands who want to take action to save and rebuild his marriage by using proven marriage restoration methods and techniques with my direct help. It's for motivated husbands that want to permanently put an end to their marriage problems and shift the whole dynamic of their relationship. A husband that wants to have a marriage where communication is easy, trust is strong, intimacy is thriving, and they'll have a life of building together. The man who is tired of trying to fix his marriage without succeeding, and with that, with what they're doing right now, and want more of a predictable way to rebuild it successfully. Wants a proven blueprint with expert level mentorship, and does not want a failing or mediocre marriage heading towards separation and divorce. So that's who it's for. So, how can I help you? That's the question. That's the big question that you may be wondering. Well, this is how I can help you get the same results that you saw in those testimonials just a moment ago. So, this is a 3-month intensive coaching program to save and rebuild your marriage. So, it consists of weekly 45 minutes to 60 minutes, one to one, custom to you coaching calls. So, we can dive into your specific situation. We do that via Zoom or Messenger directly with myself. You get my ongoing support via Messenger, access to my signature marriage restoration program and blueprint, and I help you have the marriage you want using my custom made marriage restoration system to re engage your woman back into your marriage and reignite that desire back from her. So I also fill in the gaps for you. I give you the insights needed to make the right changes, and I give you all the support you need to succeed. And if you remember earlier, the bridge that we talk about, I help you create that bridge to bring you both together again. So um, I also show you, which is huge, is how to create the marriage your woman truly wants and the marriage that you truly want, no matter the situation. So I'll show you how to create the necessary changes and shift the dynamic in your marriage, even if you don't think that things can change. So the husbands who join my program say it's the best decision they ever made. Why? Because of the results they're experiencing, right? And having an incredible relationship now again with their wife. So how is this completely different from everything else out there? Well, first of all, I've personally gone through what you were going through and personally know what it takes and what needs to happen in order for you to save your marriage and have an incredible relationship with your woman. From my experience and helping countless men save their marriages too. Husbands before joining my program tried many avenues without success, and the timeframes I work with to get results are within weeks and within those 3 months, which is incredible. And that these husbands were never able to achieve often in years by themselves, right? So this is a massive thing for me is that when you join the program and we have a conversation, we go far below the surface level of your situation. A lot of coaches are surface. I actually go in depth with you at the highest level so you can have that real long-term transformations that stay. So I'm not about creating short-term solutions, but actually creating real tangible results for you as a man and for your marriage and relationship. I hope you understand the woman herself in depth, allowing you to magnetize your woman to you. And I'm truly here to support you and guide you, which is very much needed in times like this, and help you directly as a man. So, one of the big goals and what we achieve in the program is for you to be proud of the man who you see in the mirror, right? Proud of the man who you become, proud of the husband and the father that you become. And I want you to succeed and break through the patterns that are not serving your marriage. So we go very in depth into that. So really, it's eliminating everything you are struggling with right now, so you can actually enjoy life again with your woman. And as you saw earlier, my results speak for themselves. And what I love to create is results beyond marriage. So I actually help you week in and week out create that bridge that we spoke about earlier. What I teach inside my program, as you saw by the testimonials and results, actually work and save marriages. So the approach and actions I teach you within my coaching program eliminates everything you're struggling with right now. So take it. What I want you to do right now is think about this and take a moment and ask yourself, what would this be truly worth to you to finally have what you need to save and restore your marriage? Right? Think about how life would actually look for you having an incredible relationship with your wife again, with your woman again. How would you be feeling? How would she be feeling? And, listen, there's nothing greater than experiencing life with the woman who you love. So when your relationship and marriage is thriving, it correlates to other areas of your life, such as your health, your happiness, your business, and overall life. And at the moment, you are no doubt struggling to perform and progress in all these other areas when your marriage is really suffering, your relationship is going through this difficult, situation. So it's going to affect your ability to perform at your best ability or your true potential. Right. So just think of how life would look like if your marriage was truly happy and successful again. You could be one of the men who you saw in the testimonials, that how much of an impact that would have on your life for your wife and for your family. So the fact that you watch this training shows that you want change. So don't let anything else get in the way. At the bottom of this page, there is an opportunity for you to book a call with me. And as soon as this week, we could be turning around your marriage. So while I'm speaking now, or if you got me through audio, you're watching the video, I want you to scroll down now and there'll be a link to book your call. So we'll jump on a custom call together and see if we're the right fit. And once you enroll, we'll kick off your 3-month coaching. And the power of this is that you can be one of the many husbands who are experiencing an incredible marriage now as we speak. So I want you to scroll down now, book your call as I'm speaking, and I will see you on the other side.